Hey y'all!
And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
3, 2, 1. Hey y'all!
Hey y'all!
It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And Erin.
And friends, yes. We have two new friends. We have Geneva. Say hi.
Hi.
And Jessica.
Hello.
There we go.
And today we are talking about the most traumatic parody book humanly possible, possibly just ever written. And
The worst part is I don't think it was meant to be a parody. I think it was dead serious too.
I do
definitely
believe you are
serious.
correct, yeah. But it is called Get In My Swamp, an Ogre love story, which, yes, it is a play off of Shrek. So it is a Shrek smut book.
Smut. And it is, from the get-go, horribly written.
I mean, in all fairness, we should have known that.
Is anyone shocked?
No. But we should have
Is
known
anyone
that
Shreked?
from. Oh, I am Shreked off. Yeah, no. But even in the description, like there are grammatical errors in the
All over the
Goodreads
place.
description, and it's
Yeah.
like, no.
So much spelling errors.
I
Like,
don't think anybody else read the book before it was published, is the
Nobody
thing.
did.
Because
Not even the
there
author.
there are grammatical issues, there are sentence structure issues.
Very
and
obvious.
and it's just like, okay.
I think Jess and I
Painful.
are on the same page on this one, where we're just like, we were hoping for just a better story?
Yeah. There's no reason.
Yeah, I'm really upset.
There's
Yeah.
no reason
Yeah.
it couldn't be a good, well-written story.
Yeah.
There's
It was
no
pretty
reason.
cliche. It was pretty cliche, pretty...
I don't want to be a pick-me girl.
No.
Yeah.
Says
You
the
saying
people
that.
like from the story. She's just like,
With no time
if
for
you have
it.
to tell people you're a pick-me girl, you're not
Yeah.
a pick-me girl, you're a pick-me girl.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for anybody, let me rephrase that. So other people don't have to go look for this book or look it up. It is about a chick, Leona. Yeah, Leona, which obviously is a play on Fiona.
Mhm.
Very
Goes on like her bachelorette party, possibly the worst
Bachelorette
party
party.
known to man. First of all, like a silent retreat. Fuck that.
Ooh.
But a silent retreat into the swamps of
Florida.
Florida, which let me
Humidity
tell you,
galore.
no. Why would you voluntarily put yourself into a silent area full of gators is beyond me.
cute.
But
Well, I guess if
also,
anybody screamed, you'd know something was up.
that's fair.
That's fair.
If only they could come to scold you to be quiet and get eaten, silently. So
Yeah.
Gator!
gator, yeah. It's just like,
This is a silent retreat.
it's like getting
I would be so
silent.
pissed. I would
Yeah.
be so pissed if that was my bachelorette party. Like, what do you mean? I can't
You're like,
can't
who
celebrate?
did this to me?
Okay, noted, Jessica. Noted. We will
Yeah,
not
do
do
not
that
take
here.
me there. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't recommend Florida as a whole for like a bachelorette party, especially if you're just gonna go out into the middle of fucking
The
nowhere.
swamp.
Like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
people here, those
No.
Florida man stories are true. People eat bath salts and then go eat people's faces. Don't put yourself in the middle of nowhere here. That's just
Mm-mm.
like Florida has
People fire their
Florida
guns
man
at
games.
hurricanes.
Like there's like Florida man games. They're happening. It's
Yeah.
involved like one of them.
That
the
sounds so
games involves,
exciting.
like
Yeah.
one of
I'm
them
actually
sumo
down.
wrestling in
We
mud
should
while
go.
fighting with pool noodles. Like
I would love to see
this
that.
one game.
Can you
Just like
imagine the caliber of people that are at those games? I mean, just the spectators. Like,
Me.
I would want to be a spectator just to see
Yeah.
the stupidity in action.
Okay.
one of the events is like fleeing from the police. Like just
Oh wow.
I mean,
I don't think we should be encouraging that, Florida.
yeah, it's an obstacle course. I believe.
When
Yeah.
is this happening? Do we buy tickets? We
Like,
get
what's
a flight,
happening?
a
I think it's
hotel?
Watch me
happening
find a
this
husband.
month. If I remember correctly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
wow.
happening this month, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so just before we are actually in Florida,
Mhm.
like we would change our
Mhm.
plans from Disney World, where it is safe.
Dude.
Oh wait, that's true.
Where we
Let's
wanna
let's
go.
switch it up, you guys.
Change all of your
Just
plans. Throw Disney
yeah.
out the
Disney World
window.
will always be there, you guys. Come on.
So we're just gonna crash
Florida
at this
man.
apartment until we go to Disney while we watch this game.
Yeah.
You can sleep outside. That's fine.
She's like, I'm not letting you in my house for this. No.
No, no.
No,
That's so
no, no, not for Florida Man games. No,
She's
But,
not admitting that to the neighbors, to the, no.
no, I would
No.
never tell people I went to the Florida Man games, let alone knew people who went to the Florida Man, who came out of town to see the Florida Man games.
That would be, in fact, a new low,
Yeah.
I must say.
Or a high for Jess, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This is true. This is true. I can't believe you guys are not excited about it. It sounds so fun.
I'm actually
check it
kind
out.
of excited to
I
see
check it
like,
out.
I would watch
I
it on
hope
TV.
it's on Instagram.
I would-
Erin would be exactly where she is right now.
Yeah.
Happy place.
No
TV was right
iguanas.
there.
Oh,
Happy
is
to
there
watch
like is there a game where you have to dodge the iguanas or something? Like fall
The
from
iguana.
Oh,
The
the
frozen-
poor falling
frozen
frozen
falling out of the
iguanas.
The poor falling iguanas, the little
Yeah.
frozen iguanas,
Yeah.
like
I think that
iguana
might be the
hail.
saddest
You gotta
way.
dip, dive, and dodge.
It's just part of the obstacle course.
Yeah.
So funny.
You have to go through like this forest and just if
And
you
then
get
I
if you
will
get
just-
hit, you're out.
And I will come out with all the iguanas in my hand.
Oh,
And
yeah.
be like, we're going home now.
I will defrost the iguanas, and then I will have friends.
And then
Exactly.
and then I will adopt the iguana.
To
It
be
will become
very
your children.
specific, the games. First of all, there's called Eating the Butt Challenge.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it involves it's a
Do you mean eating
it is an
cigarettes?
eating competition,
okay.
and it is who can
Aaron, that
finish
was
their
so
plate
sweet and innocent. Is
of
it?
pork
Cigarette
butt.
butts.
This pork butt. I knew it would be
Pork
some
butts.
kind of animal butt.
Yeah.
Weaponized pool noodle mud duel.
Okay.
The evading arrest obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
The category 5 cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one's fun.
Oh, is that the
Eight.
one where they're it's like the
Yeah,
tornado
like
ones,
in the
and they have to,
tunnel, and it's like
Oh,
category
yeah.
5 wins and all that.
Yeah.
A catalytic converter, 2 bikes, and a handful of copper pipes race against time.
Oh god.
And
I don't know
do
why
they
they're
have
encouraging this criminal activity.
Activity, getting
That's
like
so
helping them
funny.
get better at
For
it.
Yeah.
that race,
Yeah.
for that
learning
race,
from
you
watching
have-
other people.
Yeah.
Do
Oh, I
those
didn't even
people
think of it that
have
way.
to actually like remove the catalytic converters and attach it to whatever they're doing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
win?
It
Like,
says
are the cops
compete-
watching this? Because, like, oh, this guy knows how to do it real quick.
No, it's like take some pictures so you can recognize the faces later.
Mhm.
Go through the
Let
mugshots.
me get your name and address so I know where you're.
Where I can find you in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just says compete head to head in a race that lets you live a day in the life of a Florida man headline.
Mm.
So
Nice.
I don't honestly know what to do with that, but
Yeah.
hey. So
Okay.
Just imagine all the alpha males that are
oh.
lined up to participate.
So many stomach tattoos.
I
I can just picture it.
I'm sure there's many monster, like the monster
Yeah.
logo tattoos. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And it is happening this month. It's happening at the end of this month, February.
Oh, we
26th.
really are just gonna miss it then.
Yeah. It's a damn
But it-
shame.
It's not in Orlando though. It's up in St.
Oh.
Augustine. So
Oh.
Oh, the part of Florida where the farther north you get, the more south you get. So
yes, yes,
Mm.
it's very true. It's very
Yeah.
very true.
Where
So-
yeah, where is it that Tom Petty's from? It's like was it Gainesville, Florida? And it's like it's like pretty much at the cusp of
It's-
like where Georgia
It's
is. I
pretty
guess that's
high
why
up
he has
there. Yeah,
that's why he has that kind of accent. It's not
That's
really
why.
that twang. For
yeah,
sure.
it's pretty high up
'Cause
there.
he's
It's
he's
like-
technically born in Florida, but it was like close enough to like still catch that
The
part
Georgian
of it.
accent?
Yeah.
I think it's like 6 hours north of where I am, so
Mhm.
something like that. It's pretty far.
we're
up
not
there.
far enough.
Oh, but back to this book. So,
If you
So
call
she's
it
on
that.
her bachelorette party.
and I had hopes because, like, the guy she's engaged to, his name is a parody off of Lord Farquaad. and I
Farquaad.
Yeah.
immediately
Lawrence
just
Farquaad.
thought this is gonna be
Lawrence.
hilarious. This is gonna be great, and then it just devolves from there.
His
Yeah.
name is Lawrence.
Like she
Pretty
only had
bad.
so many good ideas about it.
Lawrence Fark, and they're not even in love. Like she just like, yeah, he's got money. I'm set.
Yeah. She's
I
gonna
can
become
respect that though. Like, to be fair, I can respect that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
your life is kind of shit.
I could be so lucky.
Before he has a yacht and like,
Yeah.
you know, like a lot of money.
Can I tell you, I almost jumped ship at the word "fark."
Yeah.
Like,
You told me that. Aaron was like,
yeah.
Aaron was like, I might just be done.
I might. Yeah, I considered it. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
When we got to Donnie, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can
You
handle
listened to it, right?
No, I read it.
You read
it? I read it on the Amazon, like trying to be like WhatsApp.
Oh,
page
with the
thing.
chapters and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think I
read
did
it
the
on
same.
that thing.
I did.
Yeah, I listened to it. Oh god.
Yeah.
You must have had the worst experience out of all of us on it
That's what
because
I
you
said.
had to listen
I had to
to
listen to it.
So Beck,
You can't skip
the
nothing.
Ogre,
You can't read it fast. You can't.
it was only 3.5 hours long.
Okay, fine.
So I finished it in like driving to work and back. And
Okay.
I was done.
Great, that's good.
Yeah, Beck, play on Shrek. Sounds like definitely some American dude trying to do a Scottish accent that's trying to be Jamie from Outlander.
Yes.
Also, kind of sometimes going into a Russian Slavic accent.
Yes.
Oh
Just
my
can't
god.
do it.
No
And
way.
then Donnie,
Okay.
who I'm pretty sure is all voiced by the same dude, sounds like an Eddie Murphy wannabe of Donkey.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
As he should.
Like-
As he
Voiced by a white guy, no less, I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
For sure.
It was horrible. And if I,
I would
had
have
to hear
lost
the
my
words,
mind.
if I had to hear the words, your cunt was made for me one more time,
One
I
more
was gonna
time.
lose it.
If I had to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
Are we
another.
gonna-
There is a review of someone threatening to shoot themselves if they heard wet cold or manhood
Wet clothes,
again.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid though.
Are we gonna do like full on spoilers right now?
Oh, yeah.
we can do. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can.
Okay.
This is a.
We're
this is
saving
a
people.
PSA warning.
Okay.
We
This
read
is a
it for you,
public
so you don't
service.
have to.
Yes, we read it for
Just
you,
in
so you
case.
won't have to.
But just in case you
You're
want to
welcome.
read it, we're spoiling it. So
Yeah.
Just in case you want to
Spoilers
read
ahead.
it,
But
don't.
what is there to spoil? There's no
you're right.
plot.
You're
Well,
right.
there's no
It's pretty
plot.
basic. It's
That's
pretty
kind of-
basic.
That kind of weird twist at the end.
Oh
That
yeah.
cruel intentions fucking twist at the end.
That was
We'll get
bad.
there. We'll
I
get
didn't like
there.
any of that.
No.
Yeah. That was bad.
Okay, so bachelorette party, silent retreat.
The
by
chick
the
is
way,
miserable,
she's
basically.
miserable, and her sister-in-law, or to-be sister-in-law, and her are not really friends. Like, it's her
No.
sister-in-law and all of her sister-in-law's friends, and then her. At her own bachelorette party.
Because apparently she doesn't have any female friends, and if that doesn't tell you she's
Red
a pick-me girl, then I don't know what
Red
will.
Well,
Yeah.
that always, as soon as someone says that, I'm like, oh, so you're a bitch. Thank you. Get
Yeah.
out of my way.
Yeah.
You
Like,
hate
oh,
women.
you don't. Oh, I don't know how to have friendships with women. Ugh.
They're so dramatic, and they're so.
That is
you
a
know,
red
hold on.
flag.
They're so
That is
That is
a
a
Yeah.
red flag.
For sure.
Alright, what else happened in the beginning? Oh yeah, she writes a note that says, "Don't come looking for me," and then goes walking in the woods, or sorry, the swamp.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an issue with that later on. Like, I'm
Okay.
sorry. But I'm gonna skip a little bit. But
Go
like
for it.
I don't care if you wrote a letter that says "Don't look for me." Like, bitch, hello, like friends, fiance. She's been in the woods for like how long now?
3 days?
Bro,
Several
after-
days.
Like, can you
Like-
find her?
Like, leave me
Ma'am,
alone
please.
is like a note you put for like a couple hours. Like, hey, I need space. Not
I
like
need space to
oh,
just.
she was-
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
gone
I
for
just
3 days.
walked off the face of the earth. Bye.
yeah, like,
Like,
what?
do they think she just went on a walkabout for like 3 or 4 fucking days and
I
just
know,
didn't come back?
especially-
She really needed time.
Florida, like the swamplands, like there's
Yeah.
literally a swamp right outside of the retreat, and you're like, okay, cool, take your time. Like, what?
And then Lawrence actually comes to find her later. She's like, "Why didn't you come find me?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You had a note that said, 'Don't come find me.'"
Eh.
Yeah, that was the stupidest explanation
That's-
ever. I was like, oh, so we're just gonna write it off. Like, we're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this. Oh, and also I was in Hong Kong. Oh, what? Like, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
It was
god.
stupid. It was so stupid.
This is ridiculous.
The reversal of Stockholm syndrome in this one was, it took all of what? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
She walks,
Probably in the-
Yeah, she gets
Audiobook,
trapped
less
into
than 10
his.
minutes.
Yeah. She walks into his trap, gets trapped, screams. He's like, "Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I want to fuck her."
Yeah.
Puts her in his cage that he has for animals. Apparently, that's needed to be human sized.
That gator's that big.
I thought the cage was for humans.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, this is
he
talking about
keeps
eating
people
humans.
in there. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Until he
The
wants to eat
people
them.
that he
But then
eats.
she was so hot.
Oh my god! Like I had took, it
She was
took
so
all of my strength to not open that cage and fuck her right there. It's like, dude, she's unconscious.
That just makes
Yeah.
you a rapist. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up. Please let me go. And then she looks at him. She's like, "My God, he's huge. I want to fuck him."
hmm
It's like she's that. It's talking about
Within
eating.
5 minutes, yeah, both of them are like, I want to fuck him.
like just decide right there.
Wow.
So,
Because that's everybody's first thought when you get kidnapped. Wow, I want to
Yeah.
fuck them.
so
Well, yeah. It's written like she's so sexually like repressed. You know?
Repressed?
Yeah. So
And it's just like, yeah, because like when you're super sexually repressed, the first thing you want to do is just like masturbate in a cage in front of your kidnapper.
I guess so. I guess that's how you resolve it.
Don't you, is that not how you handle these things?
Is that not how you do therapy?
like, okay, so Misty and Jessica and I have read the Anna's old books. And when I started reading this, I told Misty, I'm like, this bitch is just as dumb as Isolde. Only Isolde's got a teensy head up on this because she's a little bit smarter.
Mm.
But both of them are stupid.
And
And
everything
everything
is horny
is-
and mad. Like this
Yeah,
chick was
everything-
just horny.
Everything is resolved via sex for these two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I love that. I love
Let's
the
just
silence. Like traumatic.
I mean,
silence.
like,
Debate is just true.
I think we solved
like,
the book.
yeah,
We
the whole
solved
book.
the book.
the whole
90%
book.
of the book. Like
Yeah.
just
Solving the book is burning the book, but that's
That's
okay.
valid.
Yeah. It's
But,
like how it
yeah.
ends. It's like that's how they're gonna just live together. Is that just constant? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're not gonna
Yeah.
talk about like their hopes and dreams. They're not gonna like talk about like their love language. No, they're
No,
just gonna
Hope and
You just-
dream is that she can take his monster dong. That's what it
exactly.
is.
in
Which,
in
yeah.
every hole she's got.
Yeah, that's all she's got. That is the
without
only
without
thought.
any warm up, just like boop, she just didn't get
No,
ripped open.
their
That's so
idea
believable.
their
You
idea of
guys,
foreplay
it-
is
That's
Wait
hard.
for her. Come on. Did you miss
What?
that part of the book?
yeah.
he's made for her.
Yeah.
No,
It's
she's
like-
made for him. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Which just says womp.
What else
Gaping.
could she
Gaping.
Yeah.
Like it just just keeps getting worse, and that was the
So
thing
much
that I
worse.
was just like, it can't get worse, and then it kept
And
getting
then
Oh,
it
worse.
no.
does immediately.
Like, oh, okay.
I feel like if it had a little more of a plot, like it would have been more tolerable. But like
Yeah.
it,
Slightly.
it was just so
Slightly.
rushed. It was just so
It's
rushed and
it's
like
sloppy.
yeah, just get to the sex part. Okay, cool. Also the sex scenes were just rushed and not enjoyable either. It was just like,
Horrendous.
Yeah.
oh,
horrendous.
here you go. I'm going to do this and then oh yeah, I did it and then that's it. Like okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were both
Like-
like glistening in sweat. It's like okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the book isn't very long. It's less than
It's not
200 pages too.
It's not long at all.
And it's just like you could have really just, as much as I wouldn't want to read it if it was longer, you could have made it
detailed.
better if you'd have made it longer. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
There
you
could have
A little
been
more
some character
detail.
development.
yeah, like
Yeah.
something more than this. Like you could have
Mhm.
just bumped it up to like 250 words. Maybe you could have put an actual plot in there somewhere. and,
Yeah.
like,
No.
no additional sex scenes. Just space them apart and make them more realistic would have been fine. But
Yeah.
like no, and isn't this a series? Isn't there more
Yes,
than one of these?
there's another one.
Oh, there is.
There is,
Yeah.
and I have no
Well,
Not
intention
for
of
me.
No, it was like,
There
what
is
is it?
not another one for me.
What was
No.
it? Stay
Stay in my swamp?
Stay in my swamp is something like yeah,
Mhm.
more long
Yeah.
So
because this is a serious guy. He's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
only into it for the serious relationship.
Yes,
course.
stay in my swamp.
Stay in my swamp.
Nope, I don't want to stay
Nope.
anywhere.
It's very don't leave me.
It's true. It's like, oh
Please.
god. And
Like, I
like
have you, don't leave me.
he's super horny from like the word go, and then like
He's a
thinking of all-
virgin.
Yeah, like he's thinking of all these wild fantasies, but then turns around and is like, I'm a virgin, and you're just like,
You're like, I don't believe you.
God. Like, really?
I'm reading the description for the second one.
Mhm.
So, life in the swamp can't get any better for Leona and Beck until Beck pops a big question that forces Leona to face some unfinished business. Like what?
What could that possibly be?
She heads back to LA, but Beck isn't too far behind this time, looking less like an ogre thanks to some help from Winston the Wizard.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
Literally
did
an
he- what, did he
exact
turn
parody of
into-
Shrek too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very that. And
Who would be the
None
fairy
of us are
godmother in this one? Like, we never met Lawrence's mom.
But no.
Yeah. But that would be the fairy godmother.
It
Yeah.
was.
So,
We did.
do I want
She
to
was-
know who
did?
Puss in Boots is?
Yeah.
Like, just.
What would the fairy godmother's name be? The play on.
Well, the author's name is a play on the fairy godmother. It's GM Fairy.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. That's the fairy godmother.
That's
there
fairy
you go.
godmother.
Didn't we
you
break
go.
the fourth wall and introduce you to the author?
He's one that
Wait,
runs.
didn't we meet the fairy godmother? Isn't she in the when she's getting clothes? Isn't that her?
That's right. Yeah, when she's like,
Oh, that's her? Okay.
could be.
Yeah.
I remember
Isn't
that.
supposed to be-
I remember that.
Like
Yeah.
she's getting a whole new wardrobe, and then like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't
they went
forget
into.
the
They took
shopping
her into
episode.
town, and like they got her like a nice, nice new outfits.
I didn't even realize that was supposed to be her. I was like, there's some random person in the village.
Yeah,
Oh, I
well,
thought
it was like.
I thought it was the godmother.
Well, I remember it. I remember it just being very like yeah, I'll work my magic or something. So it was like very that. It was very
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
I find will
Okay.
fit you, for no
Yeah.
freaking reason.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect with no explanation.
That sounds bad.
Mhm.
Like, the thing that really baffles me is just how popular the book has become, like, on the internet since we've decided to read it. I've seen it all over the place now.
Oh God,
And I don't know what to do
we've helped
with
it.
it.
We've helped it.
We've helped it.
ubiquity.
And,
What have
like,
we done?
like, I was just watching a video by a YouTuber, and he was just unboxing, like, birthday gifts people had got him, and one of them is this book. And I'm like,
Oh, God.
hundreds
I
of
saw that.
thousands of people have now seen that
seen
this
it.
book exists, and that's
Yeah.
just going to make it more popular, and
Oh,
that's
God.
scary.
Well, I found out about it from Instagram Reels. Remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was like months ago, and I kept harassing Ani and Erin to read it, and I feel so bad now because like
You've
it's just
spoken it.
At least,
Yeah.
at least
reality.
got kind of punished for it in having to read it. So
yeah. I was expecting something more, fun and unhinged. So
Mhm.
it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But at the same time, I guess what
Mhm.
did we expect?
Yeah.
Can't really expect that
That's
much.
fair.
That a great ass book.
Like, that's fair.
Oh.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be, like, top tier, best thing I've ever read. I was expecting it to be, like, to lean a little more in an interesting way into the parody part of Shrek.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
like, I was expecting to be more entertained by it than I was.
Versus
Yeah.
traumatized?
It just
Yes.
angry.
I just- Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel
Yeah,
like
well,
we
like-
got clickbait. We all
Yeah.
got clickbait.
We
Yeah,
all got
we did.
clickbaited.
We all fell for it, and this is our
Which
punishment.
good for the author, I guess, because like
Yeah.
now she's gonna make so much money off of this
Mhm.
whole
Good for
thing.
her.
Yeah.
But come on, girl, you could have just like made it a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smidge more.
Like, the
The
parody just kind
the-
of ends with the names, I think, and then
Yes.
just
Yeah.
like very
that's
light
literally it.
characterization, because like Fiona from the actual Shrek movies is nothing like the chick in this book at all. Like, Fiona would not act like this if she was caught dead, like now.
No.
But
No.
Mhm.
it,
Also,
one bit.
Donnie, like I'm pretty sure
Rapist.
Donkey would
Yeah.
not do that.
Yeah.
Donkey wouldn't try to rape Fiona. No.
Yeah.
No.
just no. So like this book just kind of like was only surface level parody. Like, the fact that it's not even set in a fantasy world, it's set in fucking Florida. Like, just
Yeah.
really
In LA.
that's what
yeah.
made me
And
just
LA.
immediately
LA.
upset, and I'm just like,
It's like-
it's in Florida? Why?
Also, the
Don't do that.
description of LA is so wrong.
Yeah.
People walking down the street and people are smiling at you. Have you been to LA?
Have you been?
Honestly, yeah, no.
No one is
How wrong
smiling at
can
you.
one person be?
Yeah.
Read
Just
this
like-
book and you'll find out.
It's like somebody
Yeah.
who's clearly never been to LA. It's
Never.
just like, I wonder if the author like lives in Texas or something, somewhere like in the deep South, where like that's normal.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah,
no, because that doesn't happen
Yeah.
there. So
not at all. No,
Mm,
we
just-
all avoid eye contact, okay? And if we
Yeah.
Oh,
do
yeah.
see eye contact, we're just like, okay.
Yeah.
like-
Just kind of hi, goodbye.
yeah.
yeah,
Please
just,
don't
like,
talk
there's
to me.
no-
And
Yeah.
let me. I'll say hi to your dog, not you.
Yeah.
pretty
Literally,
much.
me in public, I will see an animal and pet them, and then I'm like, oh yes, I should say hello to the human holding the leash.
Yeah.
I know it's usually me going Ani, or me speaking to the person for Ani. Hello.
Hello.
I'm
Just
so
like not.
he does this all the time.
Yeah. Or you get like just the totally wrong person on the wrong day. Like, like, who are you looking at? It's like, nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody! Please don't kill me.
Yeah. Like, no stepping.
That's valid though. Like you just LA is
Yeah.
such a large city, and like to
You
not
can't
have
get
accurately
anybody.
described any part of it is just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
It's like,
Neighborhood
okay.
to neighborhood, it's gonna be different too.
Totally
Oh,
different.
yeah.
Freaking
Yeah.
street
Block to
by
block.
street. Yeah.
Block to
Mhm.
block, it's different.
100%.
True.
Mhm.
Like they also like just the description of like the swamps in Florida. She's like they're in the swamp, and then she walked around just for
No.
several hours, and it's just like,
There ain't no walking.
do you not know what a swamp is? Like you can't
You
walk
trudge
You
through
be-
the
you be
swamp.
through a
You're not
swamp.
walking.
It's not just a forest with puddles, ma'am.
Yeah,
It's-
like you
it
could
is a
wade
whole.
through it.
Yep.
But...
It is like knee deep
You're
or
walking
higher
through,
Yeah.
with liquid.
You're walking through water you can't see through. So why are you walking in it?
Yeah, and, like-
Oh my God.
And you're not walking.
It's big
Oh my
enough
God.
for boats to be
Yeah.
in. Like it's
Yeah,
not.
Those crazy airboats, with
Yeah.
Yeah, and those gators can hide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Win.
speaking
Climb
of the
trees.
water situation, can we please talk about? I know I'm like keep jumping ahead, but I'm so
No,
excited.
it's fine. That's
Like, let's talk about the water, like her swimming in the water, okay?
Yeah.
And like she goes into his like little pond by her house, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I hope there's no leeches in here." Yet she removes all her clothing, jumps into the water.
Yeah.
And then they proceed to, I don't know, did she like masturbate in the water? I
Yeah.
forget if she does that, but I know at a certain point Shrek comes, like the whole Donnie situation
And
happens,
they-
and then Shrek,
And then
and then they
have
fuck
sex.
in the water.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah.
In the
That's how
swamp
you
water
get-
that you are scared there are
No,
leeches
that's
in.
how you get a vaginal infection that would kill you.
Why
Yeah.
would you
That
do
is
that?
that is in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
That is in your internal organs. That is
It's in
inside.
all your membranes.
No,
Like, don't
you are-
go
you're
in
dead.
there.
You're dead in 5
Don't
minutes.
have sex in
All your
You're
membranes.
dead in 5 minutes.
It was just,
Or you're
I was
losing limbs.
horrified. That was the
Or
most
like you're
horrific
getting
part of the
amputated.
book.
Didn't she say that like the pond water was like super clear? How?
Did
No.
she? No, I
Like-
don't know if she said it was clear. Did she?
I thought she said
If
it
she
was
did, I don't
like,
believe her.
Filtration system.
because like when
Mm.
Donnie showed up, she was like he could probably see everything. I'm like,
Oh,
Swamp
oh,
water.
okay.
Girl, no.
Not in
No, you
Florida.
can't.
Then she's just lying.
It's slimy and green
And she's
and
just lying for
probably
the sake of the
brown.
story, which is also
Also, how do you have a
Unethical.
pond in a swamp?
Yeah.
The whole thing is a swamp.
yeah.
That doesn't have like gators and like 1,000 other things living in it. Like, no,
Uh-huh.
you would be
Lions and
batting off animals with a stick
Like,
trying to keep them
yeah.
out of it.
The leeches are literally the least of your concern.
your
I mean, like
concern.
they're there. They're
Yeah.
there, but there are bigger things that can and will kill you.
And like
Water moccasins, you
Mhm.
know? Like,
pythons, we
Big
have
snakey
those.
snakes. Yeah.
And,
rabbit
you know-
iguanas,
okay,
rabbit
sure.
Floridians.
That too.
Florida.
And like if she was like wandering around and somehow managed to avoid like the actual swamp area and was in a forest, Florida has bears too. Like we have
Yeah.
bears and like
wow.
that are not afraid of people at all. Like
No.
the big college campus here, UCF, they would just walk onto campus in the middle of like where the student union area is and everything like
Oh,
that. Just in the
wow.
middle. Like you'll get a text message sitting in class and be like, "Don't go to the student union. There's bears there." And it's just like they're not
Thanks
afraid
for
of
the heads up.
people.
What is Florida? What is Florida? Why
No,
is-
Didn't one just walk into Disney World a couple
Oh, yeah.
months ago?
Yeah. Yeah, there was one in
And they had to
Disney World,
shut
yeah.
down like the whole thing.
Went
like,
to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
see
the
Country
one
Bear
section.
before it closed down.
Yeah.
That's so
Do you
And
guys
some of
remember
his
when we
big
were at
cousins.
CSUN we would like there was like that one period we would constantly get like the security alerts like bomb threat,
Yes.
active shooter, like all within like a month.
Oh,
That
that's what
is-
we get in LA.
I
You guys
couldn't- I
get
couldn't
bear.
get my car.
bear
I couldn't go to my car because that parking structure got shut down.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's UCF with bears and gators.
With bears.
You know what? I
gators,
think I'd take the
pythons.
bears. I think
Yeah.
I would take the bears as
Sure.
opposed to active shooter alerts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Fair.
take the bears
Yeah.
because
That's
if you
fair.
avoid them, they'll avoid you. It's
That's fair.
the law of the land.
Florida's
They're more
just
predictable
south
than
enough
people.
that you're
Mhm.
worried because everyone now owns a gun. Like
That's true.
that it's not you against unarmed people, it's you against other people walking around with
Yeah, yeah.
guns. So like there's nothing
Jesus.
quite like walking into a Petco and seeing a woman who has just like this gigantic gun
Just
in a
completely
holster on her hip
strapped.
while
Yeah.
walking with a little toddler who's like 3.
Right.
Oh wow,
It's like
interesting.
I'm holding my
And her
ground.
chihuahua.
I'm holding my grandchild.
It's like from holding my ground. It's
Oh,
like
my
from
home-
what, lady?
mhm.
What
It's
what are
bizarre.
you in danger of?
Florida people are a thing. They're a thing.
Yeah.
They're an interesting
They're
their
salt
own
eating
breed.
thing.
I still think your PhD thesis should be an anthropological review of Floridians.
Why would I want to
But
do
then
that?
she'd
for
have to
myself?
interact.
Why
with
would I-
them.
Because you've lived there
Why
for
would I
so
wanna put
long,
myself-
you can write so
So-
much about
You'd
it.
I
have to
don't
go
wanna
to the
know
Florida Man
more.
games.
I still want to know more.
As a part of my thesis, yeah, just like
Yeah.
I have to attend to this. Sorry, it's for credit. Yeah, imagine trying to get that to fly across my
Yeah.
extraordinarily religious school. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go with that. See how well that works.
Alright, I was really stuck on the Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
The
Thing at
twist
the
at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
The incest.
she's like, I'm gonna go surprise my sister-in-law with food, and shows up to her sister-in-law's room, and there's her fiance's shoes. Why are they there?
Dun, dun, dun.
Just to find out that they're fucking.
Mhm.
And he's like, it's not what it looks like. No, wait, it's exactly what it looks like. It's like, but we're not in love. We just know each other's bodies better than anybody else.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, and they're only half siblings on
And
you.
And they're only half siblings.
They're only half siblings.
Because that makes
That makes
everything
it so much
okay.
better.
But like even before I got to that part of the book, like just reading her description, her original description of their relationship, of like her fiance and future sister-in-law's relationship, my immediate thought is, oh, they're fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Immediately I just
Couldn't hide
assumed
it.
like, okay, yeah, no, that's weird, they're fucking, like that's just all there is to it. So
Yeah.
Her
I
lovely
wasn't really surprised.
her sexual relationship with Lawrence, like Leona's and
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence, because like she describes it as what, like he just goes on top of her, pumps a couple times, and he's done. Okay, I'm
yeah.
done.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like you could have made some effort with your fiance. Maybe learn her body instead of your sister's body. Like
Yeah.
you could have,
Yes.
It's like, ooh, okay.
It was bad.
This book gets
Just-
worse. It's just like
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should go over the Donnie part though. The Donnie
Yeah.
part was
Okay.
That
was
was
very
Yes.
aggressive.
very aggressive, very.
So I
Yeah.
want to know when he puts her up against the wall, and then he goes to grab his dick. He's
How?
a centaur.
Exactly.
How?
How?
Like, he's up here. He's back there. How is he
That's
supposed to
so
hold
funny. It's so funny because I was literally thinking about that while reading it. I was like, wait, is he
Wait.
like short? Like what? Like
Yeah.
what
Is his
kind
little
of-
horse body? Like,
Yeah, like-
is it just
I
a
was
little
so
stumpy horse
confused.
body?
I'm like, is his dick on his torso like his human half? Like, does he have
Is
two?
it really
What's
long?
going on?
Like a miniature pony centaur.
Oh my god.
Because like he's holding her up with his hands.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And he's like her like, kissing her or whatever. And then just like
it's just, and then he goes, he holds her with one hand, grabs and tries to grab his dick. I'm like, how long are your arms? Or how long is the dick? Like,
That just means she
Like-
didn't put anything, which
Yeah.
is disrespectful.
to who? Us or Donnie?
Yeah, to the readers.
Okay.
Just like
It's
lady.
true. It's like if you're gonna write centaur smut, at least go read somebody else's
At
centaur
least-
smut to get an
Yeah.
idea. Like, come on.
You're-
Like, 'cause that was just, yeah, no.
But besides the whole like attempt, like the rape attempt,
Yeah.
The afterwards was pretty bad too. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
where Beck
comes in,
beats him into a pulp.
yeah, he beats her up, gets blood all over himself, and then she goes, "Ooh,
This is
ooh,
hot.
let me rub that blood all over myself." Like,
So
and then
disgusting.
like they
Bad.
make out. My favorite part is when they make out and he has all the blood over her, but the writer, like the author specifically notes that, but there was no blood around his mouth. Like, so don't worry about it, guys.
So don't worry about that.
Like,
It's like,
specifically-
don't worry. It's not gross. It's like,
Yeah, just be like, no, he was just wearing a little lip protector over his
Yeah.
mouth. And beat the shit out
it's
of
like,
this dude.
it's like the opposite of, it's like reversal clown makeup.
Exactly.
that was my
It's
favorite
red
little
everywhere but the
detail. That
lips.
was my only favorite detail of
Yeah.
the book. Probably the only detail in the book, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But
Like, don't worry, she didn't get any blood in
that
her
was
mouth.
great.
Yeah, there was no transfer of AIDS or anything.
It's like, Jesus.
And then they go into the
How-
pond to
How did I
wash
get here?
off
How did I get here?
and have sex in the leech-infested pond.
If there was blood anywhere else, forget the mouth, but like in
Yeah.
the lower quadrants,
It's still, yeah. It's still not sanitary.
Not at all. It was disgusting.
I mean, there is another book that's like going around on Book Talk that's pretty popular. I forget the name of it, but there is like a line where it's like, oh, he uses like some other guy's blood as lube. So
Yeah.
that might be an option for the next book.
Look at Erin's face.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Erin Will Hate This is like our motto. So
It is our motto.
just
perfect.
finding books Erin's
We
gonna
gotta keep
hate.
it going.
I
Do
have
you want to read the Pillow Man book, Erin,
Or the
door
door.
book?
The squeaky
this
door.
tour.
For Ani's
Uh.
entertainment, the audiobook for that comes with sound effects. So
Oh, fun. I might have to do that one. Get really into
Sound
it.
comes
effects.
with door sound effects, to be specific.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently, she fucks herself on the door handle at one point, and there's sound effects to go with it. So.
And with
Oh,
the
so
doorknob jiggling.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
That's hilarious. Can you imagine having to be the one to record those things?
Every time I listen to an audiobook, I think about that. I'm like,
Yeah. Someone had to make this.
Yeah.
you have to be- you're in a recording
Someone had to go to
studio.
a studio.
I
Someone had to go.
Someone took
I'm gonna
time.
spend this is how I'm gonna spend my day. They have to tell their wife or whatever.
Or they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
This
They're
is my
paid for
job.
that.
Yeah, this is my job. I'm getting
And
paid
that's how
to
they
do
spend
this.
their 8 hours.
Yeah.
that's I can't. Like, there's
And
that
I-
one girl that I follow. I think you guys do too on Instagram. That does the. She's
Mhm.
a voice actor, like for books,
Mhm.
and she just sits there. She's like, I actually have to say this, or like when she's like actually like reading something, and then she gets to like a
Uh-huh.
certain word, and she like loses it.
She's
She's
like,
like,
she's
no.
like, no, I'm not
That
saying
would be
this.
my entire day. Would be restarting the recording.
Yeah. And then,
Like,
and then, yeah,
uh-uh.
like maybe this isn't for me. I just,
Yeah.
Not at all.
maybe I
And you
shouldn't
just
do
get to realize for free what your kinks aren't.
it. Yeah.
Or just being like trying to read it, but like trying to like control your voice and not just get really irritated or really just
Yeah.
done with it and having it reflect in your voice.
I know
Just
it
like,
would absolutely. And this stupid little bitch did this, and this dumbass did that.
and totally got a UTI. Sorry.
Very true. It's just
You want diseases? That's how you get diseases.
Yeah.
Exactly.
oh
Oh,
yeah. No,
Yeah,
this
I feel like this whole book was a UTI city.
yeah,
And I'm not sorry about it. I'm not sorry
Yeah.
to say that.
Nah, you're right. You're
Not
right.
wrong.
It's just
And I was like,
wrong.
this just feels like terrible hygiene. Just
Yeah.
awful all the
Yeah.
time.
I will admit, I was surprised that there was no pregnancy trope at the end.
I was gonna
With
say.
how much they were
I was
fucking.
waiting for that. I
Like,
was
there was no
waiting for
protection.
that.
well, there's
yeah.
so many Shrek movies they have to go through before they get to the part where Shrek and Fiona have kids. You have to wait till
Yeah,
the
that's-
third book.
That's the third one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the third one.
That's
Don't
the
give
third-
GM Fairy any more ideas.
Yeah.
like,
Oh, the ideas are there. He or she or whoever's writing them.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell, but you know.
I can't tell.
It's just like, yeah, but you know, I'm sure there'll be a third one, and that one will be the one with the pregnancy trope.
It's a
so.
family, yeah.
I'm good.
Because
I
those
don't-
people need to breed.
No, I don't need to see half human, half ogre
No.
children.
I don't.
No.
I'm not into it.
But also,
Unless
Go
she
ahead,
goes
Mom.
into in the second or third one where she turns Leona into an ogre.
Oh yeah, and then they'll have like regular ogre babies.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, she is human at the end of this book, so
Yeah. It's true.
like, I guess they're because I mean they have to. She has to go into the second book and like go to LA or whatever. So I guess
Because
they need
he
her
pops
to
the
be
question.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe magical ogre marriage makes her into an ogre too. So
maybe.
As soon as she says "I do," like some fucking fairy dust.
exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so one thing that occurred to me when we started talking about babies is my favorite part of like I love the half dragon, half donkey babies,
Yeah.
and it's like
They're so cute.
and it's like now I don't want them to exist because Donnie's such a fucking jackass,
True.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I love the donkey babies, but
At least they're both
Drunky.
animals. At least they're both
the
like.
donkey babies.
Yeah.
But
Like
Donnie's
now,
a
I
centaur.
just don't want Donnie to be
Donnie's a
happy
centaur.
at all.
No, I
Donnie,
don't want
Donnie
Donnie to be
deserves nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
And I don't want any poor dragon female to be associated with him. No.
Uh-uh.
Agreed. Because he
Yeah.
does not deserve happiness. He does not deserve a
At
happy
all.
ending. So
Mm-mm.
Like, hi, I'm Beck's friend. I'm gonna fuck you right now. I'm sorry, what?
it's
Excuse me, what?
just like, I'm sorry, I didn't put an ad out. So
Don't know to whomst you are speaking.
Oops.
Do we have any other concerns, rants about this?
every part of this book was a concern,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
not going to go into super detail about that,
Yeah.
I guess. But like, she goes into this swamp, she gets kidnapped, she gets told she can't leave, she gets super horny. Then she tries to escape. I'll give her that.
She
She
still
does
tries to
actually
go
make
away.
she does make
An
an
attempt.
She was like trying to
escape.
resist the initial horniness.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be attracted
She's
to
like,
this.
I shouldn't be. I'm so weird. I'm just blah blah blah. And then
And
she
like
still comes back.
Operation Honey Trap or something like that.
Oh
Pussy
yeah.
trap.
Honey pot.
Operation Pussy Trap.
Oh, pussy trap.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and it's just like
So clever.
So clever.
So clever.
It
Just
should-
make
she
him
needs- she
really
deserves an award.
horny.
Yeah.
so that she can leave, and then she does try to escape.
Yeah.
Gets caught
Once.
super fucking fast.
Yeah.
And then
She's
after
an
that,
idiot.
she just gives into the horny, and is just
Yeah.
super horny, and is attacked at one point. And
She's
then
like,
she
if I'm
finds
so
out-
bad for escaping, then I should just, save
Yeah.
her. I'm so bad at getting away.
Yeah,
It's like,
and finds out
I'll
her
just give up.
fiance is
Like I can't. She's like, I was so poor growing up, blah blah blah, and then now I have money, but I don't need any of that because I can just sit fat and happy on this stump, watch my ogre man chop wood,
Yeah.
and then we can fuck after that. But like, are you gonna clean up the splinters
Are you
or
gonna?
no?
Oh, you're gonna spend some time cleaning out them splinters. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what every girl wants. You're really, really broke. You find a rich, incestual fiance, and
Yeah.
then so your alternative, instead of actually just doing something for yourself or trying just to like actually make your life better or
Mhm.
doing literally anything on your own, you're just like, I'm just gonna go live in a swamp with an ogre that kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Because why not? That seems to work.
A murderous ogre, because he has murdered
Murderous.
people before.
Yeah.
Who likes
But
to
it's
eat
fun.
humans?
Yeah. He loves eating humans.
It's just like, yeah, because that's what you want.
Like,
That's
what
what you
happens when they're doing it and he gets like a cardinal urge while he's eating her out and just takes a chunk out of her? Like,
Oh, but
Well,
it's okay.
why-
He's never killed a woman.
Why you say that? Why
But
you
Yeah.
he's apparently never killed a woman or a
What?
kid, so that makes it okay.
Oh yeah, he's a
Okay.
sweetheart. He's a
Just
yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah.
he has
But he has
values.
But he
He's
only
friends
kills
with
the
Captain-
bad men.
Rapist, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mm-mm.
because he can definitely tell, like, when these guys that come like wandering into the woods or whatever, and he's just like, I only kill men who like wander in, and nobody's gonna miss him. Like,
I bet.
what?
Someone's gonna miss him.
What?
It's like,
Someone's
man,
gonna notice.
What
That's
about the
not
guy who
how
has,
it
like, 12
works.
kids? Who's gonna?
Have y'all seen the guy that's been coming into the shop? He hasn't been here for like 5
Come on,
days.
He's got like 5 kids at home.
It's
And they
like,
need
well,
to be
Freddie
fed.
went out hunting the other day, and he just
Yeah,
never came
And he
back.
never came back. Everyone's gonna be fine.
And we're just gonna accept this.
The breadwinner
Right?
disappeared.
Like it's Freddy. He likes staying out in the swamps.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
And your immediate
Stupid.
thought wouldn't be like, yeah, okay, so he might have gotten eaten by a gator. We should do a manhunt. Like when people go
Yeah.
missing here, because in the swamps or like the swamp infested areas, there's manhunts for it, and like they drag the bottom of the swamps and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like,
it's not just the swamp has.
They
yeah,
get the
like, oh, he's
airboats,
lost
they
in the
get
swamp now. Like, no,
They
Nothing
get the
we can do.
helicopters up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like a whole
Sure,
thing, and it's
sure, ma'am.
just, yeah, no, it's not how it works.
No.
And usually that stuff only happens to like kids and things like that, not grown men. So
Yeah.
and then
Just
I'm looking
don't-
at like for the good, the 5-star reviews of this book. on
Okay.
okay.
I
Goodreads.
found a great one.
Oh.
It's got 5 stars.
Mhm.
I don't know what I expected, but it was not this. This book is everything I never knew I needed. Beck
Yeah.
can absolutely
What
get
you
in
need
my
is
swamp.
therapy.
I had the best time reading. I laughed my ass off, and I literally squealed and threw my phone several times.
Yeah, no,
No,
I threw not in a happy way. I threw my
No.
phone, but no.
the premise of the story was fun. The spice was a good time, and the twist at the end with her fiance. I don't have a single negative thing to say.
Really?
Really.
Really?
Okay.
One thing.
Not one.
Not one thing.
Not a
One.
single thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Romeo
You
and
need to read
Juliet
more
have
books.
nothing on these lovebirds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to read more books. There are better unhinged books out there. Like this is just not.
Yeah.
That's a
Not
person
good.
who his only other book is 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
Like that's
Probably.
it. That is the
Yeah.
only other one.
Someone wrote a review with no stars. Just this is a different kind of mental illness.
Eh.
Yeah. There's a new one.
Oh, I love
What kind
these
of reviews do you have, Erin?
I'm looking for the. There was one I saw. Now I can't.
This one's for Jess. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
This one,
Okay.
it says, I'm sorry, but this is the greatest book I have read in 2023, and it's literally Shrek smut. I'm actually laughing so hard because this is my first 5-star rating of 2023.
Oh no.
Ellie, my sister in Christ, thanks for reading this and breaking down with me over incestuous plot twists. 7-foot ogre cock size and a loser nobody pick me heroine that we fell in love with.
Hmm.
Like, I mean,
No.
it does kind of
mean-
sound like that person knows it's bad, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind of
Is
accepts
enjoying the
bad.
fact
Really
that it's
leaning
bad.
into it. Yeah.
Here's another one. Another 5-star review. This book is great in the way that you're like, nah, I could never want a fucking ogre. And then you have an insane fever dream and wake up, and then you say to yourself, you know what? I could and I would take him if I had the chance. 10 out of 10.
Oh god.
Uh-uh.
No. No.
I mean,
Oh,
if you
okay.
remove
And then one
the
has
like Shrek theme of it, it's still like a bad book.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The Shrek theme of it is the best part.
Yeah, that's the only thing
Yeah.
that's making it relevant, to be
Right.
honest with you. Like, and I feel bad kind of for saying that because it's they tried to write
Yeah.
something, but
And it just didn't really pan out.
Like there's a review, that's a 3-star review that basically is Jessica's opinion. Like this was not Shrek enough while also being too Shrek.
Yeah.
it's just
Yep.
not Shrek enough.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. It's not.
I think this one is also sarcastic, but it is a 5-star, and it says a triumph in human literature. The themes of unexpected companionship and difficult choices between security and passion are tantalizing, and I found myself crying and pissing multiple times at the sheer emotion of these characters.
Oh,
Each
God.
character is extremely deep and well thought out. For example,
Where?
Beck is an ogre, and Leona is cringe.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Truly astounding stuff. I can't fathom how the author crafted such a compelling narrative with so many twists and turns, not to mention the beautiful use of language to convey meaning.
They
I
should
have
write.
never-
They should write.
Very
I
good
know.
writing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good writing. That's quality writing.
Thank you, GM Fairy. My life will never be the same.
No, it won't.
I mean, to be fair, none of our lives are going to be the same after
No.
this. Just maybe not in the way any of us had hoped.
Here we go. A 1-star review. This being my first read of the month is so interesting, I'm traumatized. I need to call my therapist and a crisis line.
Okay, this one I don't think is sarcastic. I think this person is serious. Such a cute and spicy read. It had a nice plot with a
I
little
love
bit of drama.
The voice. She had to put the voice on. She had to put the voice on.
Especially that plot twist. If you know, you know.
Oh,
The
God.
little spicy love story had me giggling with the fun banter. Definitely
What
recommend.
banter?
Definitely recommend if you want something to just cleanse the palate. No, this is the reason my palate needs to be cleansed.
No, you're dirtying the palate. You are making the palate dirty.
Yes. Dirty
I
like
found a
pond
three-
water.
I found a 3-star review that's got Geneva here dying. So it says, now this is what I call real literature. Anyways, this is what I pictured the whole time.
I saw that one.
Wow.
There's
I-
that
I-
really-
was-
Shrek picture. Oh,
I mean-
God.
Like
Yeah.
with the
Shrek
six-pack,
with
yeah.
abs. Shrek with abs.
Real literature, huh?
Uh-huh.
Please go read something well written.
Anything else?
Anything else?
I would accept you reading Twilight after this. Like, Jesus.
No
Yeah, go
Twilight
read Twilight.
slander. No Twilight
What?
slander.
Compared to this,
Don't
Twilight's
do that.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, it is. At least she had an editor.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
This one. Am I saying this author is brave? No, they not only wrote but published to what I assume is none other than a NyQuil Benadryl fever dream.
Valid.
Literally so bad the incest seemed unnecessary, but kind of funny.
I mean,
This book was
Okay.
utterly
That wasn't not
atrocious.
funny.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Worst book I've ever read. 10 out of 10.
Like, I like the fact that you, like, some people are obviously, like, into it just because it was so bad and, like, that entertained them and, like, they
Yeah.
enjoyed the fact that it was just so ridiculous.
Mhm.
So, like, if you can read it and find enjoyment out of it because of
Yeah.
that, that's great.
If you,
And I
yeah,
think
if
maybe
you
that
enjoy
was
it for
the
what it is.
point of the book. I
Mhm.
hope that was the point of the book.
I completely agree.
Make this
But-
required feminist reading.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like if it was written with like genuineness, then it's just like holy fuck.
Then you're just okay.
So,
Well, like, you know how there's that book, and I am not submitting this book as a suggestion of things I want to read, okay? But you know there was the one book where the girl fucks the coronavirus?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, you don't know about that one,
I
do
don't
you?
know about that one.
Yeah.
It, like,
Yep.
basically she works in a lab, and then
I
the
have
the
nothing but
virus
questions.
comes to life. No, you don't want the answers to any
I
of
don't wanna
them. I
do it.
promise.
I
But-
wish I didn't know now.
But, like that one has to be just, it was funny to write, you know?
yeah.
But, like, I don't know. This one, I don't know.
This one borderlines too much of like I'm not sure whether or not you were serious when you wrote this, and just
Yeah.
like
I
I'm
feel like
afraid
it
you
was just
were.
a money grab situation, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yep.
Like
That's how I
I'm
feel.
surprised it did as well as it's doing. Like it
Same.
seems to be doing well,
Yeah.
and like that's worrying. But I also at the same time like I kind of get the feeling it's doing well just on accident. It trended somewhere, or like one
Yeah.
of the videos about
Well,
it went viral or something, and
yeah,
it was just
yeah.
a complete accident. So
Yeah. Well, they were really like making those reels. Like they were pushing them out.
yeah.
So they really wanted people to like see it and talk about it. Also, the whole thing with Shrek, you know, Shrek is universally loved and like it's always memed. And
Yeah.
then the whole like Shrek rave thing popped up and like,
Yeah.
you know, so I think it was just a good play on the author's part because okay, if I want to write something that I want people to read and like pay for and like, you know, what am I going to do? Like what's going to get eyes on it? Oh, let's
Yeah.
do Shrek, you know.
That's true. It's
That
like-
was the entire plot of the book. Let's do Shrek.
Because like this cost me more than $1, so like it's just okay,
Yeah.
you got money out of me for it, so
Right.
it's just
So good for you. Kudos to you, GM Fairy.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only like $5 you're getting from me, okay? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
it.
gonna give you
That's
any
it.
more.
You're not
I
getting
mean,
anything
I'm
from me.
following
but
up.
Like, no.
So- There's another review. 3 stars. This was disappointing. I don't believe an ogre from Florida would good girl someone or told her, "You take me so good."
Which
I think the
grammatically just drives me wild.
Yeah,
Which
Jesus.
my autocorrect hates and wants to correct it to "You take me so well."
Valid.
Yeah.
And if you were considering reading it just for fun and smut, there is neither.
Yeah, the smut isn't even that well written to be
No.
like,
The smut
you know,
is
to
not
validate
smut.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, and we fucked. And I sat on his face. And like, okay. Like, cool.
But
Yeah,
wet
Jesus.
folds. Just remember
Wet
the wet
folds.
folds.
No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
So
Like,
at
I just
least
feel like
go
the-
read somebody else's smut
Yeah,
book
that's what I was
first.
gonna
Yeah.
say.
Like-
Yeah.
For what it should
Like,
be.
that's what I was gonna say. It feels like she just, or whoever wrote it, just didn't really, like,
Yeah.
know
Oh,
how
God.
to describe things.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, you've clearly have never read a book that didn't come out of like a middle school section of like what they
Yeah.
read, or
Yeah.
just
This 5-star needs help. This is exactly what I wanted and expected from a Shrek romance retelling.
Romance?
Where?
Nothing-
Romance
Romance?
where?
Romance where?
They don't even know each other. Like, he was like, "Oh, I
The
think she
best.
has a fiance, but she doesn't mention him, so I'm just gonna not ask her about it." Like, okay.
and like
not
she
be-
doesn't like him either, but that's okay because he likes his sister. So
So
There
that's
was,
fine.
there was an
Did it-
uncomfortable part. Oh, go ahead, Ani.
I was gonna say, didn't Lawrence at one point say like, "I have my life. We'll just get married. I have my life. You live your life. We're good."
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
She's
actually
like,
sounds
like
like
a-
the best. And I can use the yacht sometimes. Cool, great.
You
thanks.
Yeah.
know, like
Like I would have been down with that. Like you can live in like a dirty, disgusting swamp, or you could just live a completely separate life from your very, very, very rich husband. Okay, one of them has working toilets. Okay, the other one doesn't. So, that's
I
just
would
not
take-
a hard choice.
I would take the yacht,
Mhm.
and then if I really wanted to have my ogre with me, I'd just be like, "We're living on this now.
Mm-hmm.
There's working
Mhm.
toilets on this. You have a giant swamp here."
Mhm.
Yeah, just a
We'll
yacht.
turn
your
the
house
pool
full.
in the yacht into a.
Just a swamp yacht.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But she realized she doesn't need money, you guys. All she needs is the love of her ogre.
She needs to
Yeah.
get dick down.
It's not
she needs
just
is
a
big.
swamp. It's a
All she
swamp
needs
with
is-
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's the romance. There's
the
the romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like-
I was saying there was a uncomfortable section of the book where like she comes back from LA,
There-
right? And like
I love that she can narrow it down to one uncomfortable section.
no, I mean there was many, but like this one specifically to me, just because my headspace when I was reading it, I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but like when she comes back to LA and then Lawrence and they break up, whatever, and she's like on her own and she's like masturbating to the idea of Beck, like her Shrek, and it's like, oh, his body, blah, blah, blah. In my headspace, I don't know why, and I fucking hate myself for this, but my headspace was just like, this is the author, like this is legit her. Like this is not the character. Like this is
No.
her saying that this is what I fantasize about. Like, and I was
And
just
it's-
like,
and it's, like,
no.
uncomfortable.
And again,
Like,
so,
No, 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 no.
so brave to
No, no,
admit
no,
to
no.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it was
like-
bad.
I don't know. I've never looked at Shrek and just thought anything remotely attractive, but you know,
Yeah.
like I guess to each their own. It's not the worst trope I've come across
No.
or like concept. It's one of the worst written ones
Yeah.
I've read, but it's not the worst like idea or theme I
Mhm.
suppose I've read. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was pretty tame, I think.
yeah,
to
it's
be
just
honest
like
with
it is
Yeah.
a smut book, even if the
Yeah.
smut is like 3 sentences. So
Yeah.
There wasn't that much
Mhm.
drama besides the Donnie thing and like,
yeah.
okay, wow, the reveal at the end, but that wasn't even dramatic. It was
No.
just
No,
like
it was
this
just-
happened.
Yeah. Just this happened,
Yeah.
and then this happens right after it, and then after that, this happens.
There was a lot
Mhm.
of like
It was very that.
telling
Yeah. A lot of
versus
telling.
Yeah.
showing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're fucking each other. Okay, goodbye. I'm gone. So I
Yeah.
moved to back.
Mhm.
I moved back home to LA or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the wizard part was really annoying. Like,
Very
Really is
random.
super annoying.
so
Very
random and like just oh shit, okay, yeah, how do I resolve this issue? Oh, here you go, let's put this character in, let him just jump in and be like, hey, by the way, I have a potion. Like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, where were you 2
So
days ago?
stupid.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Just like, okay, weird, but sure. Not the weirdest thing that's going to happen in the book. So I can't even fathom what they're going to do with the second one. Like, I don't even want to know. But like, if Donnie is what Donkey is supposed to be, whatever they do to Puss in Boots, I don't want to know. So.
No.
There was one review that said I should have stayed curious, and I think that's how we're gonna stay with the second one.
Should have stayed curious.
Yeah, it was more fun like harassing you guys to read it than
that was the joy. That was the joy. Yeah.
It was a lot of
just
fun
kept it that way.
to like talk about reading it, the building up to reading it. The reading it not so much, but
I think we need to write that down. And then use that as part of the advertisement for this episode, that it was more fun to harass us into reading it than it was to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll use that as the tagline for
But
it.
thank God it was a short book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
if
easy.
it would have been
I mean,
any
it was
longer
easy.
than this, it would have been a DNF. So
Yeah.
This would have
For
been a
sure.
deal in like the first 2 pages.
Oh no, that's what I was
Yeah.
telling Geneva, is like I'm like deathly allergic to stupid names for characters. So
Especially
like,
when you have to keep reading them.
yeah, and as soon as fart came on, I'm like, I cannot finish this book.
that's
Like
valid, though.
I've literally picked up books in the store and been like, everything about this sounds great, but the character has a stupid name, like
Mhm.
McKinsley
That's
or
all
something,
it takes.
and I'm just like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
I
That's fair.
can't.
That's fair. When there was the like last week or a week before or whenever, there was that Stuff Your Kindle Day, and it was like all witchy books. What I did keep coming across, however, which I thought was funny, was characters named Asha. Which was like multiple books, Erin, and I just kept thinking of you for that. And I'm just like, that's becoming more popular, so now you're gonna have to be aware of that if you're gonna read any books.
I
with the name
know.
Asha in them,
I know.
so.
You're like, you are not gonna hurt my baby D&D character.
Yeah.
You guys
So I thought of
suck.
that when I saw that. I'm just like, that's weird. I'm not gonna read that because now I have different connotations for that name. So
Yeah.
I should skip those books.
You're gonna read it. You're gonna read the description about Asha, and you're gonna be like, "That's not what Asha looks like."
That's
No,
not my
it's like-
baby.
That's not how Asha behaves. Like that's not true.
Asha, why are you
You're
being so
ridiculous,
stupid?
Oh yeah,
Oh, man.
it was an event. Like the next book that we choose, like maybe we'll read the reviews first.
Yeah.
So we'll just take a little look.
But
at
you
the
can't
reviews.
trust these reviews. Look at the 5-star reviews for this one. Like, it's the best thing I've ever written. You're like, no.
We'll just
No,
read specifically 3-star reviews, so it's a middle ground.
That's a little more
reviews that are
realistic.
honest and then realistic about it,
Yeah.
about the pros and
They're
cons.
trying to
of it.
they're trying to legitimately warn you.
Yeah,
I think.
just 3-star.
I think we should just go based off covers.
just straight
And I think-
covers.
I think that cover should include a dinosaur. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going for.
So the next one, the
That's my
dinosaur
next
one.
one to
Got it.
read. I want to
Okay.
read a dinosaur one because I'm
Yeah.
just so like curious. Well, maybe I should have left it curious. but
That's also one of the quotes for this one. Maybe I should have stayed curious.
But I just really curious as to how that whole thing works out.
Yeah.
I really want to know how you guys make that work.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's so funny.
He's
And
probably
does
some
it,
kind
does
of
it end with
shifter.
like a meteor?
Does it end with a meteor?
Only
Like-
acceptable ending.
Exactly. Just wipe this off the
Wipe
face of
everyone out.
existence.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Oof. It's like, is it time travel? Is it Jurassic Park style where there's like a lab involved? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what are we
Dinosaur
doing?
is
Are they trying to bring them back
Mhm.
because they're so sexy? Like what? It's like,
No.
like, are we trying
back.
to?
We're back. A dinosaur's tale
Yeah.
takes on whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Because we're hot. and people are struggling.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that low yet.
and their brains are cooked.
Or it's gonna be evolution style dinosaurs.
Mm.
Remember that movie Evolution?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one. It's gonna be that
Or like
kind of
it's-
like weird.
Like a journey to the center of the earth kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pterodactyls, and then the one
Oh,
one
yeah.
giant one that they had to go up and say, yeah.
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 The big old butthole that had to go inside. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
See, it writes
There's
itself, I'm
probably,
telling you.
there's probably
It writes
buttholes
itself.
involved. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be
Get the
honest.
head and shoulders. Get the head and shoulders.
The head and shoulders. We need the head and shoulders to kill him.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
I sent a suggestion to the group chat about one of the ones. It's and I know Jessica can't see it, but I don't know if you've ever even read it already.
I'm sending you.
Because- Thank you.
Oh, okay, what am I looking at?
We'll find
Be
out.
afraid. Be
The actual
afraid.
fuck was that?
Morning glory milking form.
I saw
What?
one. Yeah,
Morning glory milking.
Minotaur book.
I sent it to you.
not the milking farm.
Yeah.
What are we do? What are we actually doing?
I thought it sounded heinous.
And it does.
She's a down on her
Guys.
luck millennial mid-20s.
overeducated.
The
and
fact
drowning
that
in
I've
debt.
seen this book on TikTok is so funny. I've seen
That's
people
where
talk
I
about
found it. I didn't go looking for this.
it. Sure.
The
The
Sure,
clientele
sure.
is
I'm out of
grade
school.
8 certified prime beef.
certified with manly meaty endowments to match. And the-
Let's
your
read that
report
one. You
card
guys
thing.
want to read that one
Oh,
next?
Do it.
We could do milking and then we could do dinosaur. I
Okay.
demand dinosaurs at one point.
I accept
But
it.
dinosaurs are
But you
happening.
have to
That's
come up with
fine.
a good one. You have to
Yeah, I'll
like
try to find
like
something.
zero in on one you want to read.
For his
Yeah, yeah.
milking sessions.
No.
And
Maintaining
Janine's
my
like,
professionalism.
Like,
Geneva
figure out
regrets
every-
this whole-
No.
Are we
No, no, no.
changing it to Geneva will hate this?
Yeah.
No.
Apparently you love this one, so maybe we do have to change it.
No, I just thought it
Orange-
sounded appropriately
orange
awful.
What? Ford name brand orange juice.
Oh, okay. God. I'm like, wait, don't do this to me. One-sided crush. An out of her league.
I can't handle
Minotaur.
if there's like a bucket of cum that needs to be like ingested. I can't handle it. Okay, like
You know
like
that's gonna
please
happen.
tell me that's not
I don't
in
know
there.
what else you
like
think is
just
gonna
can't.
happen.
Like,
I don't
just
know what
can't.
else.
Like it's so.
I don't know what
can't.
else.
That's the hangover
Just like
cure.
a bucket.
actually
of
happen.
cum. No,
This is what we're gonna
that's
be
my
like.
that's my hard limit.
And I
Is
don't know what else
Jessica?
you think it would be.
Shut the fuck up. Erin. You're enjoying this too much right now.
Yes.
I mean, mine was innocent fun. I was like, oh, it's
No.
Shrek. Haha, it's so funny. Yours is like milking machine. Like, what? Who's the real, like, psycho in this situation?
That one.
The
Darren.
worst part is the fact that I am aware of the milking trope, and it is like milking, like with like a cow,
A
but
cow?
also
No.
Geneva's horror of like, yeah. It could go either direction, and that's what makes it worse. Because it's either milking him or milking her, and like those are your options. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. This is what we'll
Let's
be getting
change it
into.
to everyone's gonna hate this but Erin.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fucking hate you. You know what it is? You know what it is it's one of those ones that I saw on TikTok and it stands out in my memory as just being so god awful.
Yeah.
Watch it be better. Watch the writing be better than the Shrek one.
It freaking will be. I can guarantee
Yeah.
it. And it's
I
gonna.
hope.
And
At
it's
least
gonna-
that'll make it tolerable.
It's a low bar,
Yeah.
people. It's a low bar.
Yeah,
It's a low
it's-
bar.
oh, it's for
Like
sure,
when the
yeah.
bar is like you're taking a step up if you read Twilight. That's when
Yes.
you know. It's just you hit a new low.
No Twilight slander, you guys. Twilight's good, okay?
Twilight. Solid.
This podcast was started on Twilight slander.
That's true.
I know.
That's
It's
true.
mean.
So,
I will defend it. I will always
like
defend it.
my entire teenage years was just
This is-
devoted to Twilight.
This is the
so
grammar
I
of a
can't.
killer, Bella.
This is the
Oh God. Okay. So
Incredible.
we might have another book, and
Twig a little light.
Shut up.
if we do an
If it
episode
doesn't
on
end
that
this
book,
friendship.
we'll title it Erin's Choice.
Yeah.
Go on.
Erin's choice.
Erin is
Tag
full
her
of
in
regret already.
everything about it. Like, make sure
Yep.
the whole world knows.
Alright.
Oh,
Blame
God.
TikTok.
Blame TikTok. Okay, we'll blame. In all honesty, both that book
Oh, God,
and
not
this
the-
book, we
not
could
the
just
theater
blame the
with
internet
the microphones
for.
on their
Yeah,
foreheads. Okay.
pretty much. Pretty
Mhm.
much.
It's worrying. It's
Stay
out there.
curious, people. Stay curious.
Stay curious.
Don't learn. Just be curious.
Don't learn. Just if anything, if you need to know more,
I
just
can't-
listen
not
to
with
this
the-
episode, and
Not
then
with
just
the-
like decide it's not for you.
Microphones are up here.
Yeah, that's how you know it's legit.
I just forwarded Jessica and Geneva the Dusk parody.
The desk, yeah. And it's
Oh.
and that is full theater kid with the microphones hanging right
Yeah.
there on their middle parts.
Yep.
That's how you know.
To be fair, I enjoyed the Dusk parody, like the
That was
Dusk
fun.
parody
That was-
play.
yeah,
Like that was
that looks
really
legit.
good.
There were how many Bellas? There were 4?
At
Yeah,
least
something like
there
that.
was at least 4 Bellas.
Well, there was like Stunt Bella.
Yeah.
There was Bedtime Story Bella.
Dancing
There
Bella.
was Dancing Bella.
Wait, what?
Yeah, singing
Why are there so
Bella,
many
I
Bellas?
think, too.
Oh,
And
why
then
are there so many bellas?
Charlie and Carlisle were also
Were the
one
same person?
Oh.
and in love.
And
So-
love. And no
So-
one ever got Renesmee's name right, which was the best part. They'd be like, what do you
Yeah.
want, Renegade?
Renaissance. what do you want?
Retrograde? Renaissance? Like,
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the play was really. I did enjoy the play. Like the play was funny, because like it was supposed to be funny,
Yeah.
and I think they actually did a pretty good job at it. Like as a whole, like they condensed. It was mostly Twilight with weird sprinklings of the other books in it. So
yeah, because it's, Mommy, I want to know how you and Dad fell in love.
yeah.
So this is what you get.
So,
And
yeah.
Bella
Allow
really
me to show
proving
you.
she is the worst parent humanly
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what's there to tell?
Just like,
Like, what do you mean, what's there to tell?
it's just like it's fine. It's fine. It's like apparently Charlie and Carlisle were in love at one point. I missed that in like my
I
first
missed that,
several rereads of Twilight.
Yeah, yeah.
So
but I'd read that.
Go back and do a reread of that. I'm sure it's a fan fiction somewhere. Like it doesn't even question it.
Now I have one concern, is that if this Shrek shit gets really popular, that they turn it into a play.
Yeah. And then what do we do?
But there's
We're gonna
no
have to watch it
substance.
as well.
Do we go see it? We'll have
We're gonna have
And
to
it's
watch
not-
it.
Listen, don't glorify it with the idea of play. It'll be.
There is a
Porn.
Shrek play
It'll
though.
be porn.
It'll be.
There is.
There's
something
also
like- something
Shrek
of a
porn out
production.
there, I'm sure.
There's already a Shrek play, so like it.
And we'll need to
And
just for
porn.
my
We
We
sake
are
make this
not
up.
watching
musical.
Shrek porn.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying
think it's
that
a
right
I'm
now.
not saying you
I
have
need-
to. I'm just saying-
Yeah.
Not for okay. Listen, no. The answer's no.
The answer is no.
Like in the Shrek play, the actor who plays Lord Farquaad is just like a regular dude, but who's on his knees like the whole time.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
he's really short. Yeah. And
the thing
it's
I love-
also the only time I think Shrek's parents are ever mentioned in anything.
Mm.
He mentions
Yeah.
his parents, so
Mm.
A
Oh,
lot
the
of
parents
people-
were mentioned in the book too.
I was gonna say, yeah, they were mentioned in the book
Yeah.
that they died when he was a child.
yeah.
How convenient. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
How
This trauma.
convenient.
But the thing
So
I
then
always
she
love
doesn't
about
have to
the
like.
movies.
She doesn't have to write them well at all. It's just like, oh, they're
Exactly. They're
dead.
dead.
We're gonna moving on.
Fantastic. Move
I don't
on.
have to do more character development. Fuck.
Perfect kind of man for Jack.
Yeah.
Orphan.
You all crazy.
I know.
Oh.
We found our people.
Final or wrap up thoughts for Get In My Swamp?
I've said my piece.
I got nothing.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jess.
And on that note,
I appreciate the
I
slight
apologize.
regret.
Slight regret.
We'll all be sending
Next
you
time
therapy
Erin will
bills.
be oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Next time Erin will be apologizing.
or maybe not. Maybe we will all come
No.
out with a new appreciation.
For
No.
milk.
I mean,
Okay.
for
or
milking,
at least some
yes.
good. So hopefully some good writing. Right.
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah.
hope.
Someone's
so.
gonna come out with a new kink after all this entire like.
Yeah, that'll be the unintentional
Twilight
consequence.
continues.
Oh God.
That'll be
What's the kink for this book? Being in a cage?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
Kidnap.
Yeah.
Kidnap.
Stockholm
It's the
syndrome.
kidnapping
Stockholm.
fantasy. Yeah.
Stockholm.
Oh.
Stockholm syndrome.
It's Stockholm.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Just hope your
is it-
kidnapper's hot.
Is it Stockholm syndrome if you really wanted to be kidnapped in the first place and you were just like, take me?
Maybe not. That's
It
something
might
else.
be
I
That's
the
not
guess.
how it
blood.
started, though.
That's something else.
You
Yeah.
guys, it might be the blood part because
might be
she
the blood.
like realized. Yeah,
No, I think
that was the
Jess
kink.
is right.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, and it turns her on, except for his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, would she have had the same reaction if some weird backwoods Florida man had kidnapped her to keep her in his like weird log cabin? Like, would she have had
Someone
the same
named Bubba?
reaction?
And the,
No,
and the humidity,
would not have
and the
gone over
humidity
well.
is just awful.
Yeah. At no point did I really hear anything about the humidity, and just
yeah.
like,
Or there's no, and I didn't hear anything about an air conditioner.
And then can you
Plot
imagine,
hole. Sorry.
can you imagine with the humidity how bad people smell?
No.
And I'll leave you with that.
Let's
will leave you with
not.
that.
Why would you do
And we'll
that?
just. Are you
I
really
didn't even
happy
think
about
about the onions.
that? Yeah.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
no thanks.
Layers.
that's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to hear the voices of this?
Oh,
Yes,
I do
actually.
actually. I would love.
Yeah.
You've been withholding this?
Yeah. Let's relive it.
An Ogre Love Story by G.M. Ferry. Narrated by Richard Pendragon and Raven Wildwood.
Richard Pendragon? Okay.
Chapter 1. Leona. Most young women don't imagine their bachelorette party at a spa in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Florida.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
But if you can get to one of Beck's chapters.
One
I'm
of Beck's
good.
chapters?
Yeah. Isn't
Alright,
he
let's
like the
see.
next chapter? He's like chapter 2.
Chapter 3. Oh, chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Beck. No calls for
Bleh.
help. No
Beck.
blood-curdling
Beck.
screams. I guess it's a shitty morning already. I peer into the hole in my trap just to be sure. Maybe I got a rabbit, at least. That would be somewhat of a snack. To be fair to this morning,
I mean, it's not that
human meals
bad.
are few and far between.
No.
Also, if you
No one
slowed it
usually
down, would it
ventures
be
out
any
this
better?
far
Like
into
if it
the
was like
open.
actually how he was talking? Because it always
At
has
one-
that like, yeah.
At default.
Chapter 2. Beck.
Beck.
Too
for help.
slow.
It got
Too
worse.
slow.
I'm already over it.
I
It's
can't
so
listen
slow.
to. I can't listen to audiobooks at one. It's
No,
I
I
can't.
well, I
hard.
just because it sounded like it was like like one of those wind up
Yeah.
toys. Like,
Yeah,
"Beh, beh,
yeah,
beh."
Yeah. It
And
got
somehow
worse
it
the slower it was.
Beh.
Beck.
All right, find us Donnie.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
you
God.
should.
What chapter was Donnie?
I think it was around chapter
Chapter
15,
2.
16,
Beck.
Chapter-
right?
Chapter 2.
Shut up. Let's see.
Chapter 2. Beh.
Chapter 4.
It's chapter 16.
Chapter 15.
16.
Chapter 16. Leona. Great. Now the guy is holding my only way out of being naked.
Oh, right
I
here.
slowly
Yeah.
swim over to the edge, watching him cautiously. I snatch the dress out of his hand and run behind a shrub, yanking my clothing overhead. The centaur laughs.
So, what's your name? You're quite a mystery.
Okay, I'm
around
done.
here.
Make it stop.
Leona. I call from behind my brush.
Geneva.
Can't unhear that.
All we needed.
Oh,
Nope.
what's your name?
Nope.
What's your name?
Nope. Oh god. Okay.
Yep.
I'm making waffles.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Heinous.
Oh,
Absolutely heinous.
absolutely. That was ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Ani, I think you definitely had the worst experience. Like the shortest experience because you just listened to it and you didn't have to sit and like actually read it, but like the worst, arguably the worst experience.
As
I
I
would not
drive,
have been focused on anything but their damn voices.
that
Okay.
was half the thing. I'm like, because I kept hearing like Beck go into like a Russian accent at some points. I'm like,
I was gonna say it wasn't even consistent.
no.
Already be
Oh,
enough.
what's that hockey book that we were reading with the guy? Was it?
Oh, fucking around.
Fucking around.
Oh yeah, and the accent. Oh,
That was
horrible.
horrible. It was supposed
That was
to finish,
bad.
and it was terrible.
It was supposed to be finished. It sounded Russian. It was just
Yeah.
bad. Like, why
No.
even commit to the accent? Just please don't. Like, I can
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
it in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
if you
bad.
can't do the accent, then just don't.
Please don't.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Don't put that on your resume. Like, just let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's move on to accept our limitations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm on the wait list for the next one, Jess.
I don't want to read the next one. I don't know
I
why
do.
you want to read it.
It's only.
I
it's
hated
not
Jake
Rachel.
so much.
It's not
Oh,
Rachel
it's
or
not?
Jake. It's
okay.
it's her friend Tess and the little baby hockey player, Riley.
Yeah, I could care less, honestly. like,
That one pissed
whole,
me
like,
off. That
after
book
getting
pissed me
done-
off.
After getting done with that whole storyline, I was like, oh my god, thank God I actually got through it. Like, actually, because they were annoying the shit out of me by the end of it. Yeah.
Mm.
That's fair.
By the way, my reaction while reading this, and I'm sure everyone on the freeway could see me, while reading Shrek was just,
Yeah. Just that face. Just that face.
Just,
ugh,
Yeah. Ugh.
constantly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
They're like, is this girl gonna retch in her car?
Like, what is she smelling?
It's like, is there something wrong
Why
with her
does her car
car?
smell so bad?
What? Is she gonna have a stroke?
Does she need to pull over and like roll the windows down? Like, what's going on?
No smells here, just really bad writing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, the writing is so bad it smells.
Okay, so Ani,
Yes.
how many stars for the book?
Can I do negatives?
Yes.
Okay.
-5 to +5 is the star.
I'll give it a -2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because and I did write on Goodreads that probably one of the very few reviews I've ever actually given is all y'all who said this was 5 stars, you need help.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
you wrote that?
I did
so
write
funny.
that.
Good for her. Good for you.
Geneva, how many stars?
Yeah, probably like I'll go -3 only because it's just I don't know, it was so painful and there's nothing worse for me than a painful read.
Fair
There was
enough.
no
Yeah,
there was
Geneva
nothing
and I are the type to hyper focus on like the.
there was
like,
nothing
This is
redeeming
a
in that
problem.
regard. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Okay. Jessica, how many stars?
I'm -5. I hated it so much. And the saddest part is that this is gonna be my first book of the year on Goodreads. Like, so I'm gonna put
You're stuck
1
with
star
it.
on Goodreads, but like this is my actual first book of the year, and
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
am sad, but we're going
I-
up from here. We're
I
going
It
up
can
from
only
here.
go up from here.
It can only go up.
I did specifically make sure I finished another book first, so it wasn't my first book of the year on Goodreads.
Yeah, see.
Erin, how many stars?
I think I'm gonna go with -3, like
Mhm.
Geneva, just because I had 0 expectations of enjoying this on the way in.
Mhm.
And it didn't disappoint me in quite the way that it disappointed Jess. But
It's still not good.
I just disappointed myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'll go with a -2. Like, it was very disappointing, and it wasn't like as humorous as I was expecting it to be. But the sex scenes are stupid, but not
Mhm.
necessarily traumatizing because there's not enough written into them so
Right.
that you
They're not
really
even
get
descriptive
anything
enough.
out of it. So,
Yeah.
like, I think if they would have gone into further detail about it, it probably would have made it worse, and then I would
Yeah.
have rated it lower. But there was nothing
Yeah.
horrible, like totally terrible about it in the way that just like made me want to set that part of it on fire. The
It
rest
was
of
just
it, yeah.
it was just lame. It was just lame.
Yeah, it was just
a
like 2 or
bummer.
3 sentences here
Yeah,
and
it
there,
was
and
just
you're
a
just kind
bummer.
of like, okay, you
Yeah.
could have just done faded to black, and it would have made more sense. But
Yep.
Mhm.
yeah, no, like -2 stars. So
Yeah.
like yeah, so
Overall rating -.
yeah,
Negative.
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 Averages in the negative.
Will not reread.
Yeah,
will
well,
not do not recommend. Will not
0 out of
reread.
10. All of the notes.
Yeah,
Every note.
should have stayed
For
curious.
mankind.
Should
Yeah.
have stayed curious.
Should have stayed
Yeah.
curious.
Should've
Yeah.
stayed
0 out of 10.
curious. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us. This might be the most enjoyable part of having read this book. So,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
It was
so-
fun.
And
I can't
think
wait
you
to
guys
do
have-
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you guys
I
have
like
committed
book club.
yourselves to doing another episode
Yeah,
of
this
this.
is kind of cool.
So
I like this a lot.
yeah, so
Yeah, it
this
was
is
Yeah.
fun.
this is good. We're gonna learn if like we choose the Erin's
This will make
book for the
everything
next
worth
one.
it.
Then we're gonna learn some things and probably
Yeah.
nothing anybody wanted to
About
learn.
ourselves,
so-
we'll go on journeys. It'll be
Yeah.
great. Bonding.
This is gonna be a podcast series.
Bonding. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't know if
Yep.
I want to call it Erin Will Hate This or Should Have Stayed
We
Curious.
will hate this. I
We
think
will.
should have stayed curious.
Should have stayed
Should've stayed
curious
curious.
is pretty good.
Should've stayed
Yeah,
I like that as a
That's how
sign off
we're-
too.
That's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Should have stayed curious,
Should've
guys.
stayed curious.
Yeah.
And we
Can't
read it, so
unread.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us,
Yeah.
and we will talk to you all later.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.